how are
Hello.
you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are
Good,
you?
I'm good. You look amazing. Congratulations on your recent Vogue article, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
How wonderful.
It was a sleigh.
How did you come into being a digital content creator and stylist? Was that always in the cards for
No,
you?
it definitely wasn't. So I studied music and I was working in the music industry as well. So I always saw myself going into music. And then lockdown, COVID, boredom, just started making fashion videos and went viral. So it kind of just happened from there. It was quite quick. It was within like 5 months of starting that I quit my job and was a full-time influencer.
So what is the biggest challenges that you face creating your content and going through the industry in this way?
I definitely say I get a lot of hate. Lots of people don't like my outfits, but I've kind of taught myself that that's a good thing because it kind of just means I'm doing something different and interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess also like the loneliness because I'm literally just at home alone with my cats every day. Like I don't really see any humans. So I think the loneliness and like having to readjust to like society and social anxiety when I do go out, that's probably the biggest challenge.
Yeah. And in terms of location, because you're based in Manchester, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people coming into the industry always say London, it's where it is. Do you find that there's a bit
I'm
of
having to come to London all the time. So I'm planning on moving to London this year because this is where it's at, for sure.
Where are your influences from? I love your bikini bottom
Thank
fashion
you.
week. Oh my goodness, this song, the recent one, stuck in our head all day.
Well, that's where the inspiration came from because she released that song and I was like, this is a bop. Like I need to make content to this. And obviously Wisdom did it, I think maybe a year ago. He did SpongeBob outfits and I wanted to do it then and I never thought, I was like, I just don't have the wardrobe to like make this work.
Yeah.
But a year on, I feel like I've developed to refine my wardrobe and I was like, do you know what, this is the time with that song going viral.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
mostly just like sounds and like trends and trying to make trends my own basically.
Yeah, in terms of like refining your wardrobe, how do you do that?
It's just a lot of switching things up. I think I have like stuff packed away for like one season and I'll bring it out for another season and like just switching when I do and when I don't wear pieces. And I also rent a lot of pieces as well so that firstly I have more room in my wardrobe because if I was just buying everything every time I needed something new, I would not have room and I would not have any money either. So yeah, like I think renting pieces and like selling what I don't wear anymore and like just kind of doing a rotation type thing. I guess I like have my staple pieces that I go to a lot, but I don't think you could describe my wardrobe as a capsule wardrobe or could pick up pieces because there's so many statements that are hard to pair together where most capsule wardrobes you can like pair everything together and make a lot of outfits. For me, not so much because it's like so many statement pieces. I guess it's just like incorporating staples into it where I can.
Is it hard to do?
Yes, it was initially because before I was only ever drawn to statement pieces, so I didn't buy any staples at all. So like everything in my wardrobe I was like, I can't pair any of this together because it's all so loud.
Yeah.
So now I've kind of learned to just start incorporating more staple pieces, plainer things, block colours. Yeah, to make it work.
I think I'm going to talk to you about your podcast, Shy.
Yes.
Where did that come from? Because when I was listening to it, I absolutely loved how it was just you talking, and I think it's so raw and vulnerable.
Thanks.
And I just think it's really wonderful.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if anyone would be interested. I think a lot of it was like selfishly was kind of like a personal journey that I just wanted to go on, and I felt like if I documented it and said it to people, I might hold myself accountable more and like actually try and go on that journey and try and become more confident. But I think it's a nice way to show a behind the scenes version of myself to people who see me on Instagram, probably mostly looking quite glamorous and looking like I'm having the best time, or even to people who like hate on my outfits. Like if they listen to my podcast, they can see that I'm just like a real person and like
absolutely.
I do have struggles and like I'm not like this glamorous person and I'm not someone who can take hate that easily either. So I guess it's like showing that side of myself.
And do you find that with your social media presence, do you find it harder with like your social anxiety?
I definitely have imposter syndrome and I definitely think it's just like people have this expectation of me to be confident because my outfits are so loud and scream confidence. And I kind of get a sense that I like disappoint people when I meet them because I think they just expect someone quite loud and bubbly and I am not that at all. So yeah, I definitely struggled in this industry and I feel like the industry is not super forgiving to shy people. Like you kind of get pushed aside for someone who might be more confident, which is my own issue that I just need to get better and then
So how do you prepare for Fashion Week, physically and mentally?
I spend like months planning my outfits because I think if I have my outfits planned and I'm prepared and I know what I'm wearing each day, I will deal with the anxiety and the stress a lot better.
Yeah.
So having all my outfits planned and knowing that I'm going to like my outfits makes everything a lot, because you know, if you don't feel like you look good, then your anxiety is going to be even worse.
Yeah. So we've seen influencers before on our travels, and they get changed in like taxis and everything, so it's really not glamorous. So
No.
how do you cope with that?
So I got changed in Selfridges toilets in February because I try to wear the brand to the show.
Yeah.
So if I book like 2 shows in one day and I have items from both brands, like I want to wear both those items to the shows.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I have got changed in toilets. I haven't got changed in a cab yet.
And then what advice would you give to creatives who do struggle with their mental health?
I think it's hard to give advice because I'm not in a super good place to be able to say that I've like come a long way or been able to help myself. But I think believing in yourself, having confidence in like what you're doing is right, and if people are judging you or making comments or anything like that, it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think anyone who gets anywhere in life has haters.
Exactly.
That's the way that I look at it. In terms of like anxiety and stuff, stopping drinking was one thing as well.
And where are your future goals?
Well, I want to release some kind of clothing line. I am working on something in the background at the moment, and I just want to like just making a name for myself in fashion, not as an influencer, if that makes sense.
You give us like a little sneaky peek as to like what you could be about.
It's footwear.
It's footwear.
I feel like that makes it sound more exciting than it is.
But then I read something. Don't you have a foot phobia?
Yes, which is exactly why I'm making something to cover the feet. It's very in line with me.
Yeah.
There'll be no open toes.
And then cats. Are we thinking cat prints?
There's cat themed things.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with us
Thank
today,
you.
and just have a great day.
Thank you, you too.